Can't win them all, I guess, and it's a shame the possibility of a sweep is over. As if that was going to happen. But you know what? The Habs had one job on the road: defend the Leafs as best they could, punish them, and win at least one close game. And they managed to do that. And that makes the first game of this series even more important. And we got that win. We're going to take this series back to Montreal tied 1-1. The Toronto Maple Leafs defeat the Montreal Canadiens on Hockey Night in Canada 5-1. They just put it to us. And the Habs continuing to struggle on the big stage on Hockey Night in Canada. I can't even remember the last time the Habs got a win on a Saturday night. But credit to the Leafs where it is due. They actually played a really strong physical game. Not only that, they played a gritty game. Some greasy stuff here and there. We saw the knee-on-knee, Perry and Spezza. Maybe that was an accident. Then we saw the butt end from Kerfoot to Toffoli. Credit where it's due. The Leafs, they dug in and they got a big win for Captain John Tavares. You got to think they're feeling good about that. And of course, I'm sure their fans are feeling great about it. Games 3 and 4 are going to be back-to-back, so I'm hoping where the Habs had to grind out the end of the regular season, that this favors them not only being at home, but the fact that they're comfortable and used to playing without breaks. So we'll have to see how it plays out, but they're going to have to battle for hopefully 2, but at least 1 win here at home in our own barn. But as for the game tonight, got to be honest, I wasn't overly impressed with the Habs' energy to start the game. It was definitely not as strong as it was to start game 1. They definitely still were, finishing their checks, but just not in the... I don't know, it just didn't seem the same. And I'd love to see that energy back towards the Habs in Game 3 because they're going to have to come with it big time. Now, Kotkaniemi picks up the first goal of the game. He draws in first game of the playoffs, and you love seeing him get up on the boards and put up that 4 up to the other guys who are scratch, Caulfield and Romanov, a couple of them. But it's Armia and Toffoli picking up the assist here. A bit of a scramble in front of the net. And shout out to Armia, who picks up yet another assist. A guy that, a lot of fans wanted scratch for Caulfield. Granted, there's a discussion to be had there, and we will have it towards the end of this video. But good on Armia picking up yet another assist. But it's the Toronto Maple Leafs who tie it up, and the goddamn official right in the way when Lehkonen is trying to make a play there. It hits his skate, and then it finds its way to Spezza's stick. Bogosian with the nice pass after the official got in the way, and Spezza, great shot, beating Carey Price clean here. And the momentum completely switched after this goal. And I can't blame it completely on the official. The Toronto Maple Leafs had the Montreal Canadiens completely hemmed in their zone for a long, long time. And when they scored, I immediately said, finally, because it was only a matter of time. You can't have that many opportunities to clear the puck out, and you can't just get hemmed in your zone like that, especially against a team like the Toronto Maple Leafs. They were going to make us pay eventually, and sure enough, they did. Big goal for Jason Spezza there. Overall, I'd say the first period was even, back and forth. I think the shots ended up pretty close, maybe edge to the Leafs there, but then we go into the second period, and it is all Toronto. They absolutely dominated possession. The Habs couldn't get out of their own zone to save their life, and even once they got in, the Leafs just shut it down, and it was back the other way. They controlled a lot of time in the O-zone. They threw a lot of pucks toward Carey Price, and he did his best to keep us in it, but unfortunately, it was Matthews who picks up their second goal on the night. But this was a great play, great rush play by the Toronto Maple Leafs between Marner and Matthews on that zone entry, and then Matthews ends up finding Justin Holl with time and space to shoot. He's just looking for the rebound there. He gets it, and Matthews isn't going to miss when he has a look on an open net, especially on Carey Price. Those don't come too often. Matthews buries it. It's 2-1 at that point, and then they get a bunch of power plays just because they're holding possession all this period, and we can sit here. I'm not going to complain about the refs at all. We only got one call on the night, but guess what? We barely touched the puck for the most part of this game. So there was weak calls and missed calls on both sides of the ice, so it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. The Habs need to make their own luck, and if you want to get power plays, maybe contain the puck a little bit better, and then you'll get your chances. But the Leafs, I think it was 3 straight, and Sandin ends up burying one from the point. Great shot from him, beats Carey Price clean, and what in the Lord's name was that challenge? What is Bergevin thinking up there, calling down to the bench and getting them to challenge it? I know often they'll use the video coach up in the box to take a look at it, but that was ridiculous, man. I don't know why you would take that risk. You just gave up 3 straight power plays. Your penalty killers are exhausted. Carey Price is likely exhausted. Why take that risk when there was clearly no goaltender interference? I understand what they might have seen on the overhead. It looked like the blocker might have moved up, but do not take that risk. And thankfully, the Leafs didn't score on the ensuing power play thanks to the failed challenge, because Bergevin would have been getting roasted more than he already is. That was absolutely ridiculous. Let your coaches make the call. I have I doubt Ducharme's challenging that if they didn't call down. Anyway, that was just absolutely absurd. Let your coaches do their job. Come on now. We go into the third period, kind of a boring period, but that's exactly what the Leafs wanted. I've said it numerous times this season. Something they've improved on immensely this year is closing out games and being able to play in a tight game situation. They haven't had to rely on those track meet games this year as much as they've had to in the past. And they make this one a boring third. That's what they wanted. Nylander ends up getting another goal for the Leafs on the power play here, assisted by Matthews and Riley to extend the lead, make it 4-1. The Montreal Canadiens pull the goalie with tons of time left. I actually like the call there. You may as well. And they ended up getting, some significant ozone time because of it. I was surprised the Leafs weren't able to bury one for the longest time, but eventually they did get one, and that's where we ended up with the 5-1 final score. So overall tonight, the Habs discipline absolutely killed them. You cannot be in the box that much against the Toronto Maple Leafs. I said it. I know the Leafs power play's been struggling, but it was only a matter of time, and they got 2 on the night. Montreal has to do a much better job staying out of the box, just like the Leafs did tonight. So credit to them there on that one. Also, shout out to Nick Foligno and Alex Kerfoot playing some big minutes at center, making up for that loss of John Tavares. Great in the faceoff dot tonight, but you didn't really notice them a whole lot, and that's exactly what you want. So they ate a ton of big minutes down the middle for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's a good sign for them moving forward, and it makes that Foligno pickup at the trade deadline even more valuable now that JT is out. And to see him come in and fill in as efficiently as he did, he's likely not going to put up a ton of offense, maybe the odd assist here and there, but if you can get that responsible, veteran quality play from Nick Foligno, you're laughing, and that's exactly what they need with their captain out. Now, Game 3 at home, the Habs are going to have to make some changes to this lineup. And I said before the series started, I was actually okay with the lineup they started with. Go with the veteran experience, aim to defend and punish, and hope to get one win on the road. They managed to do that. Now, it's time to insert Cole Caulfield into this lineup. It's, with him sitting up on the bench and the Habs are scoring 1 and 2 goals, that cannot continue. We need his dynamic and potentially elite level offense added to this forward group. When he's been on the Habs roster, he peppers the net with shots. Also 4 goals in 10 games. We need him right now. Now, who do you take out? That's a tough call. We're going to have to leave it to the coach. Me personally, I'm not sure how you take out Arturi Lehkonen. He's extremely valuable to the PK, also defensively 5-on-5. You can't take out Armia. He's got 2 assists in 2 games. Again, another guy who's defensively strong out there. To me, I think you have to take out Thomas Tatar. He just hasn't been absolutely ineffective out there. Now, do you chuck Cole Caulfield up on the first line? I'm not so sure you can do that, matching him up against, the top 6 quality players that the Leafs have. Maybe you chuck Byron up on that first line, and I think he'd fit there just fine with his speed and finishing ability, playing in between Danault and with Brendan Gallagher. And that would allow you to put Caulfield with Kotkaniemi, who he should have been playing with this entire, stint with the Habs so far. He's yet to get a look with KK, and they're the perfect pair together. I think they would just... KK's playmaking ability and, offensive talent and checking ability with Caulfield's skill and finishing ability, and then you have Lehkonen. Throw him over on the right side with his defensive ability. I think that makes perfect sense, but no doubt Caulfield has to be in this lineup, and I will not be surprised to see him at home because you can control the matchups a bit better, and I think it was wise to hold him out so far. Plus, he's going to be fired up just like KK was to get into a game. Now, as for the defense, we need a little bit more puck movement here. Another defenseman who can skate through the neutral zone, not just Jeff Petrie. Alex Romanov, another guy sitting up in the press box. I'm not sure how you continue to put John Merrill out there moving forward. I understand you want him to come in and just play reliable shutdown hockey, but we have enough of those guys already. Get the kid in there, Romanov. He can move the puck. Not only that, he can play physically. Matthews has shown frustration playing against Romanov in the past. You got to make the change. Now, will these changes happen? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What we should do to this lineup moving forward. Love to hear what you guys think. But definitely something has to change here. And we're going to want to play a little bit more of an offensively threatening game here in our home barn. Now, some stats on the night. We get outshot heavily, 34-23. We get dominated in the face-off circle, 66% the Leafs were. And that was on the back of Austin Matthews, who went 80% on the night, as well as Nick Foligno, who went 81%. That's wild. Definitely got to improve that. Now, the Habs, Phil Deneau was under 50%. Phil Deneau, 32% in the dot. Suzuki, 23%. The only Montreal Canadian center over 50%, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. And he's limited minutes, and he didn't take as many faceoffs as the other two. Put the guy out there. He can play. Let him be a difference maker, not only in the dot. Give him some minutes to see what he can do. He can up his game, and especially with the rest he's had, he's definitely got to get out there more often than he has been. And I really hope Jake Evans heals up, because we got to get him back in the lineup too. He's strong defensively. He can actually skate through the neutral zone. And I think it's time for Stahl to take a little break. It's not like he was bad tonight, no mistakes, but it's just he's out there and nothing's going to occur. Nothing's going to occur for the Leafs. Nothing's going to occur for the Habs. We can't be playing passive like that. Let's get, if Jake Evans is healthy, bring him back in, take Stahl out. Habs, 0 for 1 on the power play. Would have been nice to score on it after we had a 1-0 lead. Could have, completely changed the game. We just cannot enter the zone. Then you look at the Toronto Maple Leafs. They go 2 for 6 on the power play tonight, and they make it look easy entering the zone. Like, absolutely easy. And I understand they have elite talent, but entering the zone shouldn't be that hard for NHL players. The Habs definitely have to fix that aspect of their game, maybe take some notes from the Leafs and how they do it, because setting up is no problem for them. It's a matter of finishing that they've struggled with for the last, couple months. But now apparently that's going well for them too. Montreal, 44 hits on the night to the Leafs 36. I'm glad the Habs still out-hit the Leafs, and I love the rough stuff at the end. Thought it was funny that Wayne Simmons waited till the ref got in to throw a punch at Joel Edmondson, who would absolutely ragdoll Simmons and throw him around like it was nothing. And I know Leafs fans are going to laugh at that, but Joel is a tough customer. He doesn't fight often, but when he does, he makes it look easy. So I just love that there's animosity growing here between both teams. We're finally seeing these guys clash, and that's what we've needed all year. So I'm looking forward to the more of that the longer this series goes. The Leafs, 19 blocks on the night. They sacrificed the body. Good on them to get the win there. Like I mentioned, they've vastly improved at closing out games where they have a lead, even a tight lead. That's about it, guys. As usual, get in on the discussion down in the comments. And like I mentioned at the start of this video, I'm totally fine with the outcome of these two games. We got at least one of the wins on the road, took back home field advantage. Now we just got to extend it and get at least one big win at home. Let's go! Go Habs, go baby! If you like these videos, hit the like and subscribe button, and you can follow me on Twitter @ScotianCanadian. Cheers, guys. I'll see you after the next one.